Okay, I think we're live. Let me just make sure. Yep, we're live. So what's going on, guys? In this live stream, I'm just gonna be wrenching on my Stampede 4x4. Over the weekend, I think it was actually last weekend, I made a video where I kind of just put this wheelie bar on it, and I'm not gonna give away the video because it's actually a really good video. I'm really proud of it. But basically, I'm just gonna be putting this thing back to where it was before because I had changed the gearing and all that for the video. So yeah, let's start wrenching. We got Airborne RC on the live stream. What's up? We got Skier. What upgrade should I do on my Traxxas Slash? That's a good question. Because I have my Slash right here that's completely maxed out. I mean, it's got everything on it. But I do have two videos that I recommend you watch. One of them is first 5 upgrades for a brushed Slash, and then the other one is first 10 upgrades for a brushless Slash. Both of them 2-wheel drive. If you have a 4-wheel drive Slash, then that's going to be a little bit different. But yeah. They're my 2 most popular videos, so if you just go to the homepage on my channel, then you'll be able to find them easily. But the main thing is shock caps, drive shafts, I don't even remember. I think a Tuas lipo. I wouldn't recommend, if you have the brushless one for 2-wheel drive, I would not recommend using a 3S battery at all. It's just too uncontrollable. It holds up well once you upgrade it on 3S, but you just can't control it. So, wouldn't recommend 3S. Right now I'm just taking out the piggy gear. Oh, that's a lot of Loctite. Okay, that's tight. That's really tight. Alright, now it's starting to back out. I need to take out the motor. Forgot about that. Yeah, this isn't going to be a very long live stream, I don't think. Because I do want to film another video after this. There we go. I couldn't get this little wire retainer off. And if you guys have any questions about anything, what I'm doing, or upgrades for your cars or whatever, definitely let me know, because I like answering those types of questions. And let me know what you guys want to see on the channel. Because we got a lot of cars and we don't use all of them all the time. Specifically crawlers. I really hate this motor mounting system that Traxxas came up with. Arma does it so much easier because you have to use a ball and hex driver to get to the screw right here to get the motor out. It's just not fun. It takes too long. I feel like Arma's doing a lot of things better with RC cars. They just seem to give you a lot more value for the money. Unlike Traxxas giving you plastic everything that isn't that durable and charging over like $50 for the competition. So it's just weird. Traxxas is a weird company, but it's a lot of people's first RC, and then they just get hooked on Traxxas, and then they're Traxxas fanboys and all that. Which all of my cars are Traxxas, but I'm not a Traxxas fanboy, like at all. If I do get another RC though, it's not going to be a Traxxas, I can tell you that. It's probably going to be an Arma or an Axial. Might be one of the Axial Can-Am Mavericks. I could do a full build on that for like under $300, so I'm thinking about doing that. Not really anytime soon though. Another thing I don't really understand is that like so many people hate on the vanillion system, like they just have it fail early on and all that. I've had, like between me and Colin and all of our cars, we've had 4 of the vanillion systems total. Every single one of them still works. We've rebuilt one motor, that's it. They're just bulletproof for us. We've never had any issues. Yes, they overheat, but throw a motor fan and a heat sink on it. Or throw a VSC fan and a heat sink on the motor and it's fine. So as long as you don't beat on it, like when it's super hot, I've never had any issues. I would like to try a hot viewing system though. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. What was I completely forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, I need to put the stock, or not the stock, my usual community on it. But I don't remember where I put it. Another really cool upgrade that is super inexpensive is one of these like, I don't know what this is called. It's like a gear mesh adapter piece. It just basically goes on the motor plate to keep the motor locked in a position. And it gives you the perfect gear mesh too. This one's actually for the Haas, but it fits perfect on a Stampede 4x4. So if you got a Stampede 4x4, I mean, you gotta get this. It's so cheap and inexpensive, but I haven't had any issues with it. And this one's for an 11-tooth pinion with a 54-tooth spur gear. And then there's another one that comes with it, but I don't really find that one useful because the hole is like in a weird location and it doesn't say what gearing it's for. So, oh, I'm not running an 11-tooth pinion. I'm running a 9-tooth. All right, I take that back. This is for a 9-tooth. So stock Stampede 4x4 VXL gear. This is what this is for. I could have sworn I was running 11-tooth. I completely forgot that I switched out for a 9-tooth. Who's in the live stream? Let's get some comments going. Alright, so there's my 9-tooth. How's the audio too? I didn't even ask about that. Because I'm using my microphone that I usually use for like normal shot videos. And I'm filming on my phone too, which is what I use for all my videos. But before, like, this is our first live stream in, I want to say, over 6 months. We kind of took a long break from them. We used to do them pretty frequently. What's up, Logan? So yeah, we used to do live streams pretty frequently, but we just kind of stopped for a while. I don't really know why. I might start doing them a little bit more now, just because the channel's a lot bigger, and it's kind of cool to connect with you guys a little bit more. And you have to put Loctite on this. Where did you get that body for the Stampede? This is a Proline Brute Bash Armor body. It's so durable. It's solid. You could get it on Amazon, ProlineRacing.com, pretty much anywhere. Main Hobbies. Again, it's called a Proline Brute Bash Armor for the Stampede 4x4. Well, Proline markets it for the Pro MT 4x4. And then if you want it to fit on the Stampede 4x4, you need a Proline extended body mouse. But yeah, that body is solid. I've been running that one for like, I want to say 2 to 3 years now, and the only wear that it has is scratches, and then right here on the back of the tailgate there's some cracks, but it doesn't affect the actual structure of it, because on the stock body it just cracks along like the body post holes, but this one it's so thick. I didn't know if you could tell. Yeah, you can probably tell how thick it is right there. But yeah, it's indestructible. You could stand on it and it'd be fine. I would recommend that you get like these a Traxxas Max roof skid for the top, and then the Proline lid skids for the corners, because it does wear down pretty quick if you do a lot of like street driving and you flip it over. So let's say, for example, you're driving on the street and then you kind of go into a wheelie and then scrape it on the back like that. It just wears down the back of the tailgate so much, and that's why it has like the cracks right there. So putting the Proline pieces on really helps protect it, and just that body's gonna last for years and years to come. So a lot better than the stock one. It's absolute trash. So if you guys are just joining, I'm basically just wrenching on a Stampede 4x4. I made a video last weekend. I'm not going to tell you what it is, of course. You're going to have to wait and find out. I don't even know when I'm posting it. So I was filming a video, and I kind of had to change some gearing for it. I put a wheelie bar on the back with some custom pieces that broke. So I'm just putting it back to how I usually use my Stampede. Yeah, I had that issue with my Granite 3S. Yeah, my friend has a Granite. You guys have probably seen it on the channel. It's the green one. His body's starting to crack along the back of the tailgate too, which is sad because there's not a lot of like body options for armor cars. I don't know if the Proline Brute Bash Armor that I have would fit on it. Maybe we could try it next time I see him. Sorry, I just came back. I was eating lunch. Yeah, I just ate lunch about 10 minutes before I started this. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, you gotta check out Airborne's RC channel. He's got some good videos. He's a kid like me, just making YouTube videos with RC cars. And I think honestly, some of your videos are better than mine, dude. Like, congrats on 900 subs too. You know what? Let's get Airborne RC to 1,000 subscribers, guys. If you haven't subscribed to him, just go subscribe. It's worth it. I've been binge watching some of your videos, dude. They're nice. How is your Techno Big Bone center driveline holding up? Perfect, no issues. It looks brand new. I used to have because this Stampede was a brushed model, so I had the plastic drive shaft, which I didn't have any issues with. I just wanted the peace of mind that I had a big solid metal drive shaft in there, so that's why I upgraded to Techno. But yeah, no issues. And it's been beat for sure. Alright, so I got the pinion gear in. I really do love the Techno stuff though. And their lifetime warranty thing. Like, if you break a drive shaft, as long as it's not bent, they'll take it back. So if you crack one like I did, just send it in, pay the shipping, and you get a free drive shaft. Any other video plans for the Granite? Oh yeah, got a ton. I just haven't seen my friend Brandon. He's the owner of the Granite. I haven't seen him in 3 weeks or something like that. Should be getting together next weekend though and doing some videos. Might do a round 2 drag race between this and the Granite, because the Granite just beat this thing to death in the drag race. Pretty crazy how the 2S truck like that just swamped this thing on 3S too. So I might put a wheelie bar on this one and go for round 2. Do you have any other hobbies? Oh yeah, I do. Cars, dirt bikes, snowmobiling. Check out my other channel for that. It's in the description, I think. It's called Josh Ritchie. It's more personal. I got a Jeep Build. And then I also have a 2003 Ski-Doo snowmobile. And that thing's so fast. I mean, it gets up to 80 miles an hour really quick, let me tell you. Because it's a race sled. It's built for like drag racing on ice, on frozen lakes. Yeah, I have the front rear drive shafts on my Stampede. Yeah, same. They're super nice. Like I said before, I've only broken one, so. Yeah, if you haven't, check out our other channels. I have one, they're both in the description. I have my personal channel, and then Colin has his. It's called Trail Thrills. It's for like Jeep videos and stuff. And then he might do a truck build, I don't know. I'm trying to get my channel to 1,000 subscribers, my second one. I'm at like 127 right now. Oh, I need the heatsink. So what's your guys' favorite RC that you like to see on the channel? I know that the Stampede 4x4 is like really our most popular lately. But a lot of you guys saw the our last upload where we went over all of our RCs. So what's your favorite one that you like to see? Because most of our cars still work. Just some of them get more views than others, and some of them are funner to drive, so that's why you don't see all of them all the time. I really want to do a revamp too on my TRX4 Sport, because the body that I have right now, it's got like a Pro Line cage and all that, and it's super heavy because it's got a ton of scale accessories on it. But I want to do something a little bit more performance oriented with it. I already got all the stuff picked out. It's going to be about $300, I think, with a new body, and then there's like a wrap that I want to do. Might have to get some sponsors going. That'd be pretty cool. Work with some companies and get the TRX4 Sport a little bit more of a refresh. Yeah, I want to do brass. The main chassis is probably going to stay the same. It's mainly just a new body. I'd love to see more of the Stampede and Granite. Yep, you definitely will. I love the Stampede. Definitely my favorite RC. It gets a lot of hate, but it's cool. And maybe the Red Slash, I thought that thing was pretty cool. Yeah, the Red Slash is right here. It still works. It's fun, definitely. I'm just not a fan of two-wheel drive. It's cool to take it out every once in a while, though. I have a brushless 1/16 Revo. I wouldn't mind seeing more of it. Yeah, that car is kind of on the side burner for us, because if you saw the recent video we made going over all of our cars, you would know that the end of my screwdriver just fell off. You would know that we are kind of having some motor issues with it. I mean, when you spin the motor shaft, there's just no friction to it. It's just smooth. It's awful. It either needs a rebuild, a new motor, or we could just throw a brush system in it, because we have a 1/16 ESC, and then we have extra tight motors that we could throw in it. And then it needs an A-arm too. So yeah, like the two-wheel drive more for buggies instead of bashers and short course trucks. I've never driven a buggy. What is that? Something's squeaking. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it. Yeah, I've never driven a buggy before. I know some people that have like a Traxxas Bandit, but I've never got to drive them, so. But yeah, for like bashers and short course trucks, four-wheel drive is the way to go in my opinion, especially for short course. And then bashers, like, in my opinion, bashers just gotta be four-wheel drive, because then you can do flips and you can just do so much more. It's easy. It's easier to hit faces of jumps. It's easier to go straight. How many old electronics do you have? I'll show you. I need to detach my microphone though for a second. Okay, so for basically all my spare parts, I have them in bins in a cabinet. This is my electronics bin. I got an old radio from the Trax Build. I got a bag of ESCs. Not all of them work, some of them are old, but yeah. And then I got a bag of receivers right there. There's 3 of them in there. I got a bag of motors. There's, let's see, 3 Titan motors. Oh no, 2 Titan motors. One of them is like a slash motor, and then one of them is from the TRX4 Sport. And then there's like old vintage motors in here that I got for free that I don't even think they work, but then I got a bag of servos. I only think like 3 of them work, maybe. There's a Power HD one. I don't think that one works. There's a 2075X from a TRX4. That one does work. And then there's old like Futaba ones in here. There's a what is that? JR Racing servo. That red one, right there. That one might actually work. That one used to be in my boat. And then I got a whole bag of wire extensions, Y harnesses, and then just heat shrink for soldering, random connections and wires, all kinds of different plugs, and then charger leads for my battery chargers. That's so many ESCs. Yep. I need to go through all this stuff and like sort them by what works and what doesn't. Wish I had that many replacement parts. Oh, I could show you more if you want. This is just electronics. There might actually, oh wait, I have more electronics. Let me go get it. Well, I thought I had more, but it's only just an extra Traxxas radio. So, funny story. For the first run video, this was like a year ago maybe, when we first got our TRX4 Sport. The very first run with it, near the end of the video, well, at the end of the video, I dropped, it might actually have been after I was done finishing the video. Basically, me and Colin, we went to an off-road park near us. It was currently closed, but they let us in. There's some girl working there by herself. She just let us in, and we got to play with RCs by ourselves in the park. So there was this creek. We made the first run video for the TRX4 Sport in the creek. And once we were finished with the video and everything, I ended up messing with my phone or something, and I was standing in the creek with the TRX4 Sport in the creek too. I set the remote down on the bed, because it still had the stock body at the time. I set the remote down in the bed of the TRX4. And I knew the second I took my hand off that was such a bad idea, because it just fell right over into the water. I grabbed it super fast. It barely got wet, but it didn't work. So I had a brand new RC car, and we still had more like things planned with it. We had like a whole weekend planned out, and yeah. That was heartbreaking, really. So I called Traxxas. I was like, yeah, I got my TRX4 Sport, and the remote doesn't work. They ended up sending me a free remote, but I guess somehow I got 2, because I got the first one, installed it, and then like 2 weeks later, I ended up getting a second one. So now I just have a second one that's still in the bag. So hey, I'm not complaining. I got a free remote out of it, and good memory, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm glad they sent me another one too. So yeah, that's all the electronics that I have. I have 4 more bins. If you guys want to see them, I can show them to you. Alright, I'm gonna get back to wrenching. So I think, yeah, the only thing I have left to do is fixing this wheelie bar. So basically my idea was I had the stock wheelie bar that I got from a Stampede, and I broke it like a year ago or something, right here and right here. So I patched the wheelie bar with an old turnbuckle from a Slash. Let me get a closer shot. So yeah, right there. I broke the wheelie bar right there and right there like a year ago, and I just put zip ties on it, and then I got this turnbuckle, and since it broke right down there in the middle, I put 2 bolts there and 2 bolts there, and yeah, it's solid. So the actual wheelie bar isn't gonna break, but what did break is let me fix this. No, it's not gonna fix. What did break is this like extension piece that I added. So I had this old phone stand thing, and I just cut it up into 2 flat pieces right here to extend the wheelie bar out, because I wanted to make this thing like somewhat of a drag racing build just for fun to see what it would do. And I did speed runs with it, and this is not a drag car. Alright, that's what I figured out. You guys will see it in a few weeks when I post that video. But yeah, it ain't a drag car. So now I'm just taking off this extension piece that I made, and I'm throwing it away, and then I'm just gonna put the stock, and then I'm just gonna put this wheelie bar on normally, because I kind of want to see what this thing acts like with a wheelie bar on it. Because before I just had 2 little wheelie bar wheels right here, and it doesn't really do much. But I bet this thing will hold a wheelie like pretty dang far, so yeah, I'm gonna get to work on that. It should be really easy. What did you break on the Stampede? Oh, I just went over that. Nothing really too important. Nothing that doesn't affect me making videos, that's for sure. How long have you been doing YouTube? Okay, so me, Colin, and Sean, we started this channel. Well, we started making videos for this, not even this channel. We started making RC videos in general probably in like summer of 2018. And then in, like, before we would just post those videos on private, because our parents wouldn't let us post videos on public for whatever reason, which they obviously do now. They don't really care. But before summer of 2018, we started making videos for our RC cars and stuff. But we didn't really post them on public, and we just posted them to, I think we just posted them on like our personal accounts, so no one saw them. We would watch them over and over and over, and we just thought we were huge. I remember that. And then in it was December of 2018. I remember that. We made this account, Trax RC. And I remember the first video we made dedicated to this channel, we lost the footage. It was gone. We never even posted the video. And I wonder where that video went. I honestly don't even remember what happened. We might have lost the footage, or we just posted it on one of our personal accounts, intending to make one of our personal accounts this channel. I don't remember now. Dang, you grew fast. Yeah, we did. Now we're growing fast. We didn't grow fast in the beginning at all. It was a slow road to 100 subscribers, and then a slow road to 500, and then after we hit 500, it just went up from there. Went up to 1,000, and now 2,000. We're getting about 100 subs a month right now, so I'm not complaining. We did the same thing. Yeah, you gotta start from somewhere, that's for sure. Used to make RC vids all the time, except we never put them on YouTube. Yep. I mean, we made videos as cousins with everything. We made like a pinball tournament video when we were like 7. That was awful. We never even edited it. We just, yeah, it's just weird. We made videos about everything. Yeah, like our first like 3 or so videos that we ever made. Or I actually have a video that's on private on this channel. I think it's the first video like RC related that we've ever made. I had a 1/16/4x4, and then Sean, he had a Ford Raptor, which was, it turned into his green slash that we sold like 3 months ago. But those were the cars in the first RC video we ever made, I think. I think it was the first one. If you guys want, if I get enough people, it's a really embarrassing video to me, because we were probably like 8 or 9 years old. And we sound kind of ridiculous in it. It's on private. I could post it. But it's bad. It's like a minute long, not even. I hate my voice in that video. Oh my god. I lost a screw. Oh, there it is. I remember when I think it was like, it was definitely before we hit 100 subscribers. We would just watch videos, the same videos that we made all over and over and over and over and over again. I don't really do that anymore. Sometimes I just go back and watch old videos just because. Have you ever heard of Z LiPo batteries? Yeah, I think so. I've never had any of them. Aren't they like blue? I think they're on Amazon. I feel like I've seen them on Amazon before. The batteries that I like to run are, well, I have one Traxxas 2S LiPo. These are just my batteries. These aren't Commons batteries. Those are all at his house. But I have a Traxxas 2S, and then I got 3 Flareon 2S. I got a Flareon 3S, which I don't use anymore because it's absolute trash. Never buy Flareon. Their 2S batteries are fine, but their 3S are absolute trash. They don't stay balanced. I have a Pavley 3S. I have 2 RCLipoBattery.com 3S batteries. And I'm actually sponsored by them, kind of. I don't know if you would call it a sponsorship, but they sent me them for free for testing. And they're actually really good packs. I'd definitely check them out. If you search up RC LiPo battery on Amazon, all their batteries come up. They're really nice. Like, stay balanced, they storage, charge well. Lots of power, lots of punch. Definitely recommend. Z LiPos are pretty good. We have one, except the battery life can be pretty short. Loaded with power though. Yeah, that's some things about cheaper batteries. Sometimes you get what you pay for, sometimes you don't pay a lot, and they're still pretty good. What chargers do you have? I have a, what's the brand? Venom Pro Duo, and then a Traxxas Easy Peak Dual. I like the I don't. Okay, so with the Venom charger, I really like that I'm not limited to just 2S and 3S and nickel metal hydride, unlike the Traxxas charger. Now I don't have any 4S or 6S batteries. The Venom charger can go up to 6S, but I like to be able to have that option. But I also really like that it has charge leads. And then with the one thing I don't really like about that charger though, the Venom one, is that to storage charge a battery, you can only do it on 1 amp. That's it. And I like this, like that just takes too long because I like to storage charge all my batteries. Usually I film videos on the weekends, and then I storage charge on like Monday or Tuesday, and then the batteries are storage charged throughout the entire week. And then on the weekend again, when I go to film, they're still balanced and all that. So that's how I take care of my batteries. But with the Venom charger, you can only storage charge them on 1 amp. And it just takes hours, like hours to do even one battery. And when you got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, you got 7 or 8 batteries like me. That I'm not waiting however many hours that is per battery to storage charge every single one of them. So with the Traxxas charger, you can storage charge on like maximum of 8 amps, I think, if you're just doing the single battery feature, because you can charge 1 or 2. But if you're storage charging 2 of them, like I do most of the time, you could do it 4 amps per side. So it storage charges a lot faster with the Traxxas charger. So that's my one gripe about the Venom one. But I do like that it has charge leads, because my charging station is like 2 cinder blocks, and then I put the batteries in the cinder blocks, and then I put a sandbag on top of it. Because if one of them were to puff up and explode, it would burn the plastic on the sandbag, and then the sand would fall in and put out the fire, theoretically. So, and there's nothing around the chargers either. It's all concrete. Nice, we have a Pro Duo too. Yeah, I like that charger. Definitely worth it. And then I also have, I don't even know what brand it is. I think it's Onyx by Trax. I got 2 of their nickel metal hydride chargers, which I haven't touched in years. Because I don't use nickel metal hydride batteries anymore. I only got 2 of them that work. That's actually a really smart method. You just use a LiPo bag. Yeah, I used to do that. And I don't even remember why I decided to go so, I don't even know what the word is, in depth with my charging. I don't know. It's just nice to have that peace of mind. Because I don't stay around my batteries, which is probably not a good idea. I don't stay around them when they're charging, especially storage charging, because it takes so long. I'm out doing other things. So they're not attended while they're charging. So the ability for them to just go out by themselves, I like that. Now, something that I do is that I put all my batteries, let's say I'm going on vacation or something. I usually bring 1 or 2 RCs. I put every single one of my batteries in 1 LiPo bag. So that's 8 batteries in 1 bag. And if all of them go up, no, if one goes up, all of them are going up. And that's just an explosion waiting to happen. That's a bomb. That's a ticking time bomb. But LiPo bags are not cheap. Like, you can get a big one like mine. Here, I'll grab mine. So this is the one I use. Yeah, I just put every single one of my batteries in this on like vacation or something. And it fits all of them fine. That's not the issue. The issue is if one of them goes up, they're all going up, and then this is just a bomb. So that's the one thing that isn't that smart. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, so I explained to you guys how this wheelie bar was broken and I repaired it and all that. But basically I used too long of a screw right here. I'm trying to see if you guys can even see that. So I used too long of a screw right here. Right there. And it's just hitting the bumper right there, so I have to take that screw out and find a shorter one because it's not going up all the way on this side, but it's fine on this side. So the wheelie bar's kind of crooked. I don't know if you guys can tell. Yeah, it's a little crooked right there. So I gotta find a new screw. Do you guys want me to do more live streams? That's a big downside, like you said, if one goes up, they all do. I think there are some bags that have divided sections, not sure if they're any better though. I know that you can get lipo bags that are built for like individual packs, like you could just fit one in it. And I was thinking about just getting like 10 of them to fit all my batteries, but it would end up being like, I think it was like 80 to $100 depending on what brand I went with and all that. I just didn't want to spend that much. Like, I've never had an issue with a battery puffing up and I didn't know it. I've had batteries puff up, but when they do puff up, I just toss them right there. So I've never come back from doing something non-RC related to a battery puffing up and just I didn't know about it. It's never happened to me. Perfect, got a new screw. Now the wheelie bar is straight. I'm gonna add a zip tie around here just so this thing doesn't pop off like it always does. If you got a Traxxas wheelie bar, you know what I'm talking about. I've noticed that my Bandit wheelie bar is always a little crooked. Have you ever noticed that with your Stampede? I actually just put the wheelie bar on. I used to run one, but I broke it like within the first week. And this is the same one. But I don't remember it ever being super crooked. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm gonna use this one though, just to see what it's like again. Cause recently, like maybe a month ago, I just took the wheels off of this wheelie bar and put them in these two holes right here. So then I kind of had a stubby wheelie bar, I guess you could say. And that worked fine. It wasn't really a wheelie bar. It was more to protect the rear bumper, because I've done so many wheelies per se and like landed on the roof from flipping backwards like that the rear bumper is so like wore down. I don't really want to replace it because it's not broken. So I put the wheels on there more for protection, so then it would rub against the wheels and not the bumper. But yeah, I just want to try the wheelie bar. And I want to hold wheelies. That's something that I really miss about the Stampede. Because when you don't have a wheelie bar, it just flips over. But there really isn't a good wheelie bar option besides this one and it just breaks, so. I'm gonna try it. Maybe I could, okay. I'm gonna see how this thing performs with the wheelie bar on it. But if it performs well and I can hold a wheelie, I'm gonna find just a long stretch of road and I'm gonna try to do the longest wheelie on YouTube. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I'm gonna try it. I feel like that'd be a cool video. I more put the wheelie bar on for the first place. For the first, English is hard, I'm telling you. I more put the wheelie bar on in the first, oh my god, I can't talk. Alright, I'm just gonna answer questions. What is your favorite crawler in your collection? I have one crawler. Colin has the VSCX10 II and the Gen 8, and then Sean has the Capra. So, out of all of those, that's hard. That's really hard. That's definitely not the Gen 8, I can tell you that right now. I like the performance of the Capra, but I don't like how hard it is to work on. Because me, Colin, and Sean, it was our first kit. We bought it as a kit right when it first came out. It took us probably 5 hours to build it because we all built it together. And the whole chassis part of it, it wasn't exactly easy. And we've had to like fix stuff on it before in the chassis, and you gotta take apart so much. And those bolts, they're like set screws almost that are like right by the skid plate. They strip out. We stripped them out building the kit, so we can't take them out. And they're like inset into plastic, so I can't drill them out either. So that's, I don't know. I like the performance of the Capra. I like the chassis of the VSCX10 II, and I like the styling of my TRX4. Well, I like the styling of the VSCX10 II because it's a Jeep. I love Jeeps. I drive a Jeep. I'm gonna go with Capra. I really like performance, and that's why I'm thinking about revamping my TRX4 Sport. I gotta get some sponsors going on that build. That'd be pretty cool. I want to get a new body for it. Some brass up front. New motor. Because right now I'm just running an axial takeout motor. And then I want to take out the front fenders. I'm not running rear fenders. I don't even remember. A new battery, like a very small Gen Ace battery. That's like 1500 milliamp or something. Yeah, I just want to redo that car to be more performance. Because I really like, here, I'll go get the body and everything so I can show you guys. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen the TRX4, that's it right there. Let me go get the body and show you what I'm talking about. So this is the body. It looks really nice. Like, I love it so much, but it's so heavy. Like, it's not light at all. It's girthy, that's for sure. And all the weight on it is in the back. Like, I'm trying to balance it in the center, and it just wants to go backwards. So that doesn't help either. because I have all this stuff on the back. I got a spare tire, I got a ton of accessories and all that. I got a roof rack which has all these lights and stuff, and it looks really good, don't get me wrong, but it just flips over too much. Yes, go subscribe to Airborne RC. Gotta get him to 1,000. He's got some good videos. I know I'm probably gonna watch some more after I'm done doing this. I really like your granite too. Those Badlands look good on it. For real. Did you have any issues with the stock tires? Because my friend, he's still running the stock tires. Well, his RC is still stock, but he doesn't really be on it. The only time he beats on it is when we're making videos. Look how wide this thing is too. This looks good. It's a little bit narrower than a Capra, because we put it next to our Capra, and the Capra's just like a centimeter longer. I just like the look of it. It's like a built F-250 on 47s, because that's what these are in full size. Because they're 4.75. I think these are 4.75. Yeah, they're 4.75. So in full size, since this is 1/10 scale, simple math, it's 47 and a half. Even though that does not look like a 47 at all. That's more like a 42 in full size. Make brass weights, bolt them onto the axle tube, then you don't have to load a CG, and it won't lose wheel speed like you would by using heavy wheels or tires. So the thing with that is that it's gonna add even more weight, and I just have a high moving ESC and a brush motor right now. If I was gonna add that much weight, I would definitely go brushless. I want to keep this thing light. A heavy RC doesn't really, let's say you got a lot of weight up top, but even more weight on bottom, that's just more weight that you have to carry around, and I don't really want that. I just want to lighten this thing up, because without the body, it's not that heavy. Like, this thing's light. So that's my one gripe with that. I don't have heavy wheels either. These are plastic. They're Incision bead locks, KMC machetes. They look good, but yeah, they're light. I really just want a new body. That would be the main part of doing like a revamp for this thing. A new body. I already know which one I want. I'm not telling you. And then brass portal covers for the front. That's it. And there's like a few more things too. Yeah, the Badlands are great. My stock tires blew up, so I just decided to get an upgrade. Yeah, that's one way to do it. I know on my Stampede 4x4, I still had the stock tires, but I just didn't like the look at them. The English is hard, I'm telling you. I just didn't like the look of them. I had the chrome rings, and I wasn't a fan. And they had water and stuff in them. They were so unbalanced. When I got up to full speed, especially in the air, I mean, the whole axle just did that. I know it's not with this car, but it was just like shaking all over the place. It was driving like this. So yeah, it was due for an upgrade, that's for sure. And these trenchers, I love them. Absolutely love these trenchers. I thought about getting, no, at first I think they're called the mashers. It's kind of like the same style of tread as the stock Stampede tires that I had. I didn't have the talons. I had They were kind of like the iMac style, I guess. Um, yeah, I just didn't like that styling. At first, I wanted the Pro End mashers, and then I thought about getting Badlands, but I didn't go with Badlands because Colin had Badlands on his Stampede 2-wheel drive, and I just didn't want to copy him, so I just went with Trenchers. Well, I was dead set on mashers, but when I went to the hobby shop to get the mashers that I wanted, they didn't have them, so I just got Trenchers, and I've been happy because I got them on the great rims, and these are so nice. If you get aftermarket wheels and tires for any RC car, get Pro Line. You won't be disappointed, especially if you get raid rims, because they got like a removable hex. So if you strip out the hex, you don't have to throw away the whole rim and tire. You just get a new hex, and I've done that before. All right, lots of comments. My trail truck is a Land Rover. It's a light truck, and my trail truck is a Land Rover. It's a light truck. The hard shell body pulls it over. Yeah, that's the one thing. If it's top heavy, that's the same thing with my Terrace for Sport. It just flips over too much, which is why I want to revamp it. What is your favorite RC car in the world? Mine would probably be the Traxxas X-Max or Armor Felony. I haven't driven all RC cars, that's for sure. I would really like to get my hands on X-Max. That'd be so cool. I've seen them in person. They are massive. I've never seen one drive before. I've just seen them at like hobby shops and stuff. I think it would be crazy to get my hands on one of those. I couldn't buy one, that's for sure. I ain't buying one anytime soon. I ain't making enough off YouTube for that. I got enough money for one. I just ain't buying one. I got other stuff to buy. Also the Granite and Stampede, of course. I forgot what you were talking about. I don't know what that was referring to. What is your dream car? Are we talking real cars or RC cars? Because for dream cars, I got a lot. For like real cars. For RC cars, I'll just tell you both. Why not? My dream RC car, I don't know. It would probably be a 4S or 6S Basher. I really like the Stampede. I'm always going to go back to the Stampede. If I were to do it over again, I would get a Granite, but I really like the Stampede. I guess I have my dream RC car already. This thing. It'd be cool to get my hand on an infraction though. I would. Okay, I know this is controversial, but I would rather have an infraction V2 over an Armor Felony. I'm saying it. I'm not saying the Felony's bad. There's just something about the infraction that I just love. It's kind of got that resto mod look to it. Well, I guess that the Felony kind of has that too. But there's just something about the infraction that I've always loved. I've seen one in person at RC Fest 2019. We made a video on that. And that thing's just cool. It's so cool. And I just love that red, white, and blue body that they came out with for the V2. I just love it a lot. So I would definitely take the infraction over the Felony. But I'd be happy with the Felony for sure. My favorite RC was my X-Ray M18 touring car. I never heard of that. I'm not really big into touring cars and like street cars. I would like to get an infraction though, like I was just saying and ranting about. Because a lot of the times I do drive this thing on the street because it's fun to do like wheelies and stuff. I feel like it'd be cool to like just go in a parking lot and hoon around and drift and watch the tires smoke. So street cars maybe, but I don't know about touring cars. Real cars that you could get into. Oh, I'm guessing that's cars. So my real dream car, I kind of already have it. It's my Jeep TJ Wrangler. If you haven't checked me out on my other channel, it's in the description. Definitely go do that. I got a build coming out pretty soon. I'm going to be getting a new lift for it soon. And then roll cage, racing seats, 4-point harnesses, 33-inch tires, rear bumper. I already got front bumper. I want to do a tummy tuck for the skid plate because it hangs super low. And then I want high clearance fenders. So, yeah. And then lockers and, yeah, that's going to be a lot of money. And then I kind of want a truck too. I really, really like 7.3 OBS Fords. I know this isn't a car channel for like real cars, and a lot of you probably won't know what I'm talking about, but if you do, comment right now, because I could rant about this stuff all day. I really like the 7.3 Power Strokes, but I don't really know a lot about diesel engines. My dad doesn't know a lot about diesel engines, and my dad knows a lot about like gas engine stuff. He's really handy. And if I get a truck, I was thinking I want it to be a 7.3 Power Stroke, but it might just have to be a gasser. OBS. And then dream truck. I really like the 2020 GMC Duramaxes. Oh, those things look so nice. My buddy runs an X-Max business. I was over at his house last night, had about 5 on the bench, another half dozen on the door this week. Holy cow, that's a lot of X-Maxes. Can you imagine 6 X-Maxes on your front door or porch? Your neighbors gotta think that you're like getting a new fridge or something. That's crazy. I'm trying to think of how big an X-Max is, and then how big a box of it is, and then how big 6 X-Max boxes are. That's big. I was over to buy my wife a Stampede 4x4 for her first 4-wheel drive truck. Her slash isn't big enough for her. Is it a 1/6? Okay, yeah, it's an 18th scale. I built it up with the carbon chassis. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I love my Stampede 4x4. It was my first 4-wheel drive truck. I'll never go back to 2-wheel drive. I'll never buy another 2-wheel drive truck. Especially Stampede. 7.3 Power Stroke is great, but most are worn out now. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the one downside to it. Because you're getting so old now, I'm getting to that age. I mean, a decent one near me is $10,000 to $15,000. The 7.3 leaks oil constantly, but it's normal. Yeah, my Jeep leaks oil. The rear main seal, I replace it and it still leaks. So I just top off oil every once in a while. I was thinking about getting like a 2nd-gen Dodge too. I really like the look of those on like 20Y12s. It looks really nice in my opinion. But you know, Dodge and transmissions don't really mix. So, yeah. I think I ruled out Dodge. Then I was also looking at like cat eye Chevys, Duramaxes, but they're too expensive. So I don't know. I really want a diesel truck just because I like the sound of diesel and I just like diesel in general. But I don't know anything about them as far as like how they work. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, I know I've said it probably like 6 times. Definitely check out my other channel. That's where I'm gonna post everything that isn't RC related with all my other hobbies. In the winter, I do snowmobiling. Any other day, it's cars or 4-wheelers or dirt bikes. It's big, but his garage is full of RC. Big Mini Z collection, bunch of old Tamiya, trip over trucks in his garage. I bet. He buys up a lot of RC lots and liquidates them. That's how he got the Pete I bought. Came with the rest of everything for $100. What's up, Jesse? How are you? Yeah, I was thinking about doing like kind of buying RCs and just selling them, cleaning them up to make a little bit of money. But there's nothing buying me. I was looking on Facebook Marketplace and all these guys, it's always a Traxxas slash 2-wheel drive, stock body, everything stock. They put shock caps on it and they're selling it for $200. It's always that. I'm like, no, I'm not getting into that. He successfully got me out of a nitro a couple months ago. Took my Savages and HPI drift car, gave me a pair of RTR slash 2-wheel drives with new lights and a tracker. That sounds like a good deal. Sounds like a really good deal, actually. It'd be cool to see a nitro RC. I almost got one for free. I think it was like a Jado. 200 is good. That's a cheap one around here. The thing is about that, you could get a brand new one. I think it's around 200. I think. All the ones that I see are brushed, and they're asking like 200. I mean, in my opinion, that's like a $150 RC car. I mean, I'm not really that knowledgeable about buying and selling RCs because I've never done it, but I just know that value drops pretty quick, and that upgrades don't really add value. Maybe a little bit, maybe like a third of the value. I mean, I'll pull up. Let's go RC shopping. How about that? Let's see. Where's Marketplace? I was in the shop an hour ago. 2-wheel drive slash was $349. Cost was $700 and $849 for either of the two. I'm just gonna search for Traxxas slash on Marketplace. Here, prime. No, that one's actually not a bad deal. Here's this one. 2-wheel drive. Brushless, charger, battery, remote, everything. 190 bucks. It needs new drive shaft. Like, that's not a bad deal. That one's actually pretty good. Let me find one that is kind of like what I was talking about earlier. This might be one. Alright, well, maybe I was wrong. Even a brushed ECX amp MT 2-wheel drive is $219 new. My friend used to have one of those. Okay, this thing's cool. That's a really cool RC. Traxxas 4Tech 2.0. I don't know if you guys can see it. Traxxas 4Tech 2.0, the XL, Shelf Queen. It's got an R34 GTR body. That's cool. That's really cool. 325 bucks. Okay, perfect example. This is the kind of stuff that pops up in my Facebook Marketplace all the time for RC cars. I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, yeah, right there. This is a Stampede converted to a slash 4x4. So it's got a Stampede front bump. Okay, so it's a Stampede 4x4 with a slash 4x4 chassis. It's brushed. It's got some aluminum stuff, it looks like. RPM arms. $325. $325 bucks. You're gonna have to get a rear bumper and a front bumper if you're gonna want to run the slash body. How's that 325 bucks? That doesn't really make sense to me. Yeah. It's got upgraded caster blocks, steering blocks, rear hub carriers, A-arms, shocks, servo. Okay, that makes it a little bit better. It comes with both chassis. I did not read that at first. And both bodies. Not a bad deal. I don't think that's awful. Yeah. I think it'd be better on like the. Oh, what's a new Stampede? A new Stampede is I think like 400, and then a new Slash is around the same. That's not a bad price. 325. It's all right. Jesse just sent me another one. Jesse's actually Colin and Sean's neighbor. That's how I know him. He sent me a 2-wheel drive Slash. Brushless for $250. I honestly have never seen an electric Traxxas on the road anywhere. 1 or 2 nitro Vortex back in the day. The money isn't in individual cars though. My buddy, like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean when you buy multiple RCs at a time, that's when you get the good deals. Yeah, Airborne. I'll definitely stop by yours. Let's take a look at this one. So it's a brushless 2-wheel drive Slash for $250. It looks kind of clapped in my opinion. Oh, it's got a C-Boy sticker. That's an additional 20 horsepower. Let's see what else he sent me. This is a Is that a 1/16? No, it's not. It's a 2-wheel drive. 120 bucks. See, that's a good deal. That's a good one. That's an example of a good Slash. $120. It looks pretty good condition. Tires look fine. It's got OBA, the sound system thing. Brushed. Yeah, that's an example of a good Slash. That's well listed and all that. What's up, Bashit RC? Stampede make great content. It sure does. I love my Stampede. But yeah, that's kind of like what the RC, I don't know what you would call it. Like the marketplace, the market around me for RC cars. That's why I don't really buy used. I have before a Stampede thing takes it. That's cool. I thought about doing a 4S conversion on mine, like maybe 6 months ago. I don't think I am. I just don't need that. This thing is so powerful. It's crazy. But I think that's gonna do it for this live stream, guys. I did everything that I want to do, so I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, definitely give it a like, share with others so I could grow my channel. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next real video, which should be coming out on Wednesday. So, yeah. see you guys in the next one.